This lighting and this camera makes me look oddly tan. Why do I literally look bald? What is this? I don't like this. I'm filming on my phone today, and I look bald. Hi, I'm Maria, and I guess this video is just going to be kind of a quick update. I didn't really plan this video. I just wanted to get something up ASAP because I know a lot of people are getting their jaw surgery really soon, or they just like want to see new videos about like my jaw surgery and stuff. So it is Christmas right now, and I have a lot of people in my house, so that's why I'm filming in my car. Okay, so I guess let me just like update you on things that have been happening with my mouth and stuff. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know in the comments, or you can tweet me, Instagram me, whatever me, and I will be more than happy to answer anything. Okay, so I think today, well, actually, today is the 25th of December, so it is officially, wow, oh my god, September, October, November, wow, okay, I don't think I realized that it is exactly 3 months, post-op today, so maybe I'll try to get this video up today, and then it can be like a 3-month update. I'm so sorry, guys, this is so casual and like random, but I was bored and I actually had makeup on, so I figured I should show you guys. Okay, so I guess let's take a quick look at like this situation. So as you can see, I do have rubber bands in, but that's not for my jaw or anything. That's just to correct. I had like some spacing right there. It's pretty much gone now. I'm seeing both my orthodontist and my surgeon on January 9th, so I will probably be making my appointment to get my braces off then. I am kind of worried because I know that this tooth, you obviously won't really be able to see it, but this tooth is a little bit off, and so it's making my midline off, and I can just see that it's going to require some work, so I'm kind of scared that I won't be able to get my braces off like at my next appointment after January 9th. But my orthodontist seems pretty confident that everything is going to be perfect, so I hope. I'm sorry if I keep looking at myself. It's just really weird having like a huge screen. So this is my bite. And actually, okay, so like you see how these rubber bands are like tinted a little bit yellow? It freaks me out. I hate it so much. So it makes my teeth more yellow, and not to mention that I have clear braces on the top, so it makes them like stain really easily. A little pro tip from me to you, real quick, because I know a lot of you guys obviously have braces if you're doing jaw surgery, and maybe you have clear ones. And even if you don't have clear braces, this works too. I take baking soda. I've been doing this for the last few days. So like after you brush your teeth, take baking soda on your toothbrush, scrub it around there, like let it like saturate in, and then like kind of pat a little bit more on around your brackets. I've only been doing like my top teeth, because I mean that's really all that like shows anymore. My bottom teeth used to show a lot whenever I smiled, but not anymore. So I let it sit, and then I set the timer for 5 minutes, and then, cause like, okay, so like yesterday morning, right, I did it for 10 minutes, and then I immediately saw a difference, and then at night I did it for 5 more minutes, and then today, like, especially these right here are so much whiter than they've been, and I like just got my bands replaced, so I just wanted to like put that out there. I know that's kind of like an obvious thing because everybody knows to use baking soda to whiten your teeth, but it really does work. Okay, so I literally don't even know what to say because I'm just so like I'm just so happy, and I know that it looks so weird because it's like, oh, I have like braces and like my upper jaw is kind of like out there a lot, and I don't know, it's just, I am kind of like weird about it, but at the same time I'm like so happy, like I could die. And I'm trying to not cry. And the rubber bands are a huge hassle. I've been trying to stay on top of them as much as possible because I really want to get them off as soon as possible, but they are annoying, and I will admit there's been a night or two that I haven't had them in. I'm supposed to be wearing them 24/7, except whenever I eat, obviously. Okay, so as far as like symptoms with the surgery, I mean, I'd like to say that there hasn't really been anything, but if I really think about it, there's been quite a few things that are just little things that I kind of brush off, except for a few huge things. So I guess I'll just start with like the little kind of things. My nose runs a lot, and that like isn't normal for me. I'm not really an allergy type of person, and I've noticed that like a few other people who had jaw surgery said that it's like what they had after too, and it doesn't really go away. But I don't really mind it that much because it's like that, and I don't have to sniffle, but I mean, it kind of is annoying, but it's okay. I would rather deal with that than deal with my bite before. What else? So I've had some like kind of clicking on this side, not really this side at all. This side, and this is the side where I was more numb and stuff, so I'm wondering if like there was like an issue. I don't know. I've noticed some clicking, and by some I mean a lot. Like especially whenever I'm eating, if I'm chewing anything that's pretty much harder than like macaroni, like any kind of meat, breads, or anything really. I've even been doing a lot of potato chips lately, and it definitely comes up with that. So, but my surgeon knows, and after I described it to him, he said that he might have to cut open back here and like flush it out and then put in steroids, because like the socket, like the ball in the socket is like messed up or something, because sometimes it sounds like pop rocks, and it's just kind of like a little bit more than, like, it's just a little bit too much for me to just brush it off. It's like alarming sometimes. Sometimes it's like no big deal, but other times, like I just went to Universal the other day and like I could not say or do anything without my jaw popping on this side. Like it was like I could just do like that, like hardly, or like that, and it would just, you know. I still can't really open my mouth a whole lot. Hold on, I'm gonna take my rubber bands out for like the rest of this video so you can kind of see a little bit better. Okay, so I'll just show you like how much I can open. And like that looks like a lot to me, but it's really not, because like I couldn't even fit like a larger marshmallow in my mouth the other day. So yeah, but it's not that big of a deal. Like if I had to live with that for the rest of my life, it wouldn't be a problem at all. What else? I really don't have any strength in my jaw, even though I've been eating fairly normally. The only things that I'm like kind of staying away from are like peanut brittle kind of stuff, like hard, and anything that's like extra crunchy. Like if I was gonna have like some fried chicken, I would only eat like the soft skin, not like the hard skin, but I might have a little bit of the hard skin, and just things like that. There's really nothing that like I say no, I can't have that. It's pretty much like my mouth will tell me if I can or can't have it. It doesn't really hurt a lot whenever I'm eating, except for if I really like, if I'm eating a lot that day, or if I just am eating something that's really tough, like beef jerky. I really don't think that I could do that for like a while, and I'm not being able to bite down with like the front of my teeth yet, and that's kind of like my own fear, along with the fact that I really don't think it's possible. Like if I had a sandwich, I would definitely be using like here more than here. I mean, I have to keep remembering that like I was not able to bite through a sandwich before surgery. So the fact that I'm even coming close to it is kind of remarkable, but it's still kind of like weird on my brain, and like my bone there is kind of like not as strong as the rest of it, I feel like. Oh, that reminds me. So numbness and like pain, twinges or anything all right here. Okay, so I'm not numb at all anywhere. Like, I can feel everything just fine. The only thing that I would say is once in a while, right here, I will get not numbness, but kind of a tingly, like the spider webby kind of feeling. Like once in a while, it's not a constant thing. And then right up in here, like in there, kind of where like that flap of skin got cut, I will get horrible sharp pains, like really, really, really bad, like bad to the point of it's kind of like similar to whenever I had the surgery, painful. There's just really sharp, feels like somebody's like cutting up in there. And I'm pretty sure it's because I have some screws right there. As far as like I can tell, like the diagrams and stuff that I've seen, I have screws like right in here. So that's probably why like the nerves and stuff are still coming together. But that's pretty much it as far as like sensitivity or anything. I'm really happy with my bite. Like, there are times where I feel like I have like too much of an overbite. Like if I ever see myself in videos or anything, I kind of like panic a little bit because I'm like, oh, what is that mouth? Like, it's like really intense. But then there's other times like here where I'm looking at myself and I love it. I love it. It's so weird. I think part of it is just because I have to still adjust to having an overbite, or like a proper bite. And I think a lot of it also has to do with like, I'm still not used to talking with this mouth. So I'm still talking kind of weird. And that also has to do a lot with my braces. These ceramic braces are kind of like the greatest thing ever, but the worst thing ever, because they blend in with my teeth so well that they kind of make my teeth look like they're further out than they actually are. So at night, I'll just like sit there in the mirror and like study my teeth and try to imagine how I'm going to look without braces, so I don't get freaked out that I'm going to look like this forever. Yeah, I'm really happy with everything. My cheeks are so much more filled out. You probably can't really tell right here. But I've seen like a lot of pictures of myself. Like, I will insert some pictures right here, where you can see my cheeks are so much more filled out than they were before. My nose is more upturned, of course, but I love it and it's not bad at all. I know I'm looking at myself in the thing and not at you. I'm sorry. That's just how it's going to go because I'm trying to talk about my appearance. So yeah, my nose is way more upturned. Not like it's way more upturned, but like at the same time, it's not upturned at all. It's so weird. I've gotten quite a few messages about people who are really worried about that. And they want to know like, oh, how is it now? Well, this is how it is now. And I mean, it may just be me, but I feel like my nose is pretty decent. Like, I'm not unhappy with it at all. Some people get really upset with whenever their nose changes a lot. But I mean, that was probably my biggest fear, and I don't mind it. And I feel like it kind of, everything that happened to my physical appearance kind of was for the better. I feel more balanced now, and I just feel like everything is kind of more in line. Oh, another huge appearance change is my upper lip. I do have a little bit of like lip color on right now, but I'm not overlined at all, I promise you. Yeah, my upper lip got a lot more full, and my surgeon did tell me that was gonna happen, but like I kind of half didn't believe him because I was like, how is that really gonna happen? But yeah, my upper lip got a lot more full. And I don't mind it. I feel like it kind of like balances everything out a little bit more. And yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. I will get pains once in a while back here. But I mean, what do you expect? I'm only 3 months, even though 3 months is like a long time. I'm only 3 months. So, and I feel like I still kind of do have a little bit of swelling. Nothing that I don't think anybody, even myself sometimes, would even notice. But I mean, I'm sure looking back 6 months from now, I will be able to see the swelling. So now for like the bigger kind of alarming symptoms. I was on the fence about talking about this, which is kind of a little bit of why I haven't filmed yet. Other than the fact that I've just been like super busy and never looking decent enough to film. I'm super hesitant to talk about this because I really don't want this to scare any of you out of getting the surgery, or if you are already getting the surgery, or if you already got the surgery. I really don't want this to scare you because this isn't the kind of thing that happens a lot. And I mean, I don't really know what else to say, because I know that if I were in your position, I would still like not believe me, and I'd be like, that's so gonna happen to me. I want you to know this because I feel like I would want to know that this is a possibility, just because I'm that kind of person who likes to know everything, especially going into jaw surgery. So, okay, I really don't know how to explain how this happened because I don't know how it happened. But pretty much whenever they put the screws in, right, I have screws all down here and here on both sides. So there's 3 screws right here, like here-ish, okay, and they measure the screws and like have them all set out and ready, so that way they're an appropriate length to go through your bone enough that it'll secure it into place, but not too much, right? Well, a few weeks ago, probably like a month and a half ago, I was like feeling around, like looking around, because I like to do that every few days, just like kind of give myself a checkup on my mouth, make sure that everything is like clean, nothing's infected, everything is going smoothly, right? And I noticed that like I had these bubbles like way back there, sorry, lipstick swatches, way back there. And I knew that I had them because whenever I first got surgery, I was like looking around there a lot and I saw them. But I thought that it was like a scar or something. But I noticed it was like 2 months later and I still had them. I was like, that's kind of weird. So I felt them and they were kind of like firm. And I was like, that's a little bit weird. So I looked at the other side and there's nothing on the other side. So, I mean, I had just like put it off and said like, oh, it's just like scar tissue, hard scar tissue, it'll go away. But I showed my mom, just to be sure, and she was like, those are screws. And I was like, what? So the more I felt them, the more I could definitely tell that they were screws, and not like the head of the screw, like the pointy bottom end of the screw. So I go to my surgeon. Thank God I had a surgeon appointment like a few days later. And I didn't want to tell him about it because I was like, there's no way that they're screws. I'm going to look stupid because I've already said like enough stupid questions to them. But my mom decided to like tell them, and he like felt back there and he was like, oh yeah, those are screws. I was like, what? So you're telling me that I have the pointy end of 2 screws poking back there? And I mean, like, they're not like underneath my teeth right here. They're way back there. Like, you have to stick your finger like so deep back there to touch them. But I don't really feel them whenever I like with my tongue or anything. So, I mean, they're not really that big of a hassle, but I feel like they're kind of getting bigger, so I don't really know. He said that once I get my braces off, he's going to go back there and file it down. And I'm like, cool. Not really entirely sure what's going on with all that, but that happened. So don't freak out. It's probably definitely not going to happen to you. But it happened to me, so I wanted to share it. So I've been getting like interesting comments from people now that people have really started to see me, because up until about that 2-week update video, I hadn't. Oh, wait. Oh my God. I totally forgot to even mention how much better my speech is. Because in my last video, my speech was like horrible. Okay, I mean, I'm sure you noticed my speech is way better, thank God. I really thought for a quick second there that I was not going to ever speak correctly ever again. And I mean, I'm still kind of like talking a little bit weird, but it's much better than it was. So thank God. Anyway, so as far as like comments that people have been giving me, it's very interesting to see how certain people react. And I think it comes down to how they see me. So like people who don't really know me, or people who just aren't the kind of people who, they're kind of more surface level, and I don't mean that in like a bad way, but they're just kind of all external. I don't know if you'll understand what I mean, but they definitely are the ones who say that I look a lot different. And not even just those people, just like people who just really don't know me or haven't seen me for a while. So they don't really have a grasp on my personality anymore, or me as a person anymore. So they freak out, and like who are you? You're not Maria. You're a totally different person. And then the people who tend to know me a little bit better, like for example, my best friend since like 5th grade, she doesn't really notice a difference at all. She'll admit that, yeah, sure, like this is a little bit smaller here, but other than that, it's not a huge difference. You're still Maria. That's what she says to me. And then you have somebody who, like, I did a musical with like a year ago, and I didn't really know her outside of that. She ran into me the other day, and she was like, I wouldn't have known it was you if it wasn't for your voice. So that's it's just very interesting to see. I don't mind it. I kind of find it a little bit entertaining. It's like a fun little game. Because at this point, I am so pleased and thankful and relieved, and just thank God that I did the surgery. And thank God that it's over with. And now I just get to get my braces off and move forward. That I'm just so past like being worried about what other people think or anything, that I'm just like, yeah, okay, you think I look totally different. That's cool. Or you don't think I look different at all. That's cool too, because I see some differences, but at the same time, I feel more like myself than I ever have in my entire life. So that's that. Yeah, I really can't think of anything else, and I should probably put these rubber bands back in now. So if you have any questions, which I know a lot of you will, comment down below and let me know how your journey's going. If you got the surgery, if you haven't gotten the surgery, what's going on, and if I can help you in any way. Also, I kind of think that I want my next video to be a jaw surgery essentials video, where I can talk about the tools and tricks and things that I did before and after surgery through recovery that really were game changers for me, as far as swelling, pain, mental stability, everything. I'd really like to film that. I might break it up into 2 different videos, just because I know I have a lot to talk about, because I feel like there's not enough information on YouTube and on the internet for us people going through this surgery. And I really want to get as much out there as I possibly can, while I'm still I can kind of relate to what you're going through. So if you have any other ideas for videos that I could film as far as all of this, I'd be more than happy to do anything that you want. I'm pretty much just doing this to help you guys at this point. And yeah, I guess that's it. And oh wait, let me do a quick little like side profile. So I guess I'll do like the comparison shots. Ooh, let's see if I can lean over this way. Ah! Okay, I will see you guys in my next video, which will hopefully be very soon. Bye!